If you are watching this and you're into the gym, there will become a time in this process, in this journey, that you'll, decide whether to bulk. And when this time comes, I want to make you aware of the facts of the things that you might struggle with, because I'm currently struggling with this right now. My mental health is affected by this bulk. When we are bulking, we're going to be eating a lot more calories. Our window of when we eat is going to be increased. The amount of times we eat throughout the day is going to be increased. Just because we're eating so much, we've got to get these calories in, right? Our schedules are busy, we're working, we only get like certain breaks if we're in school and in work. We're only going to be eating at certain times, so we're going to be getting all this food in. Or maybe at the end of the day, you get a little bit in the morning, but then you eat a lot at night, so you can get these calories in and stay consistent with this bulk. And I'm eating 3,200 calories, right? And right now, I'm going through something with my mental health. Right now, I'm struggling to stay consistent with having good thoughts, with staying consistent with my good habits, with reading, journaling, walking, meditating. These are all suffering, making me suffer with my mental health. There's some days where I'm really good, and there's some days where I just don't feel like doing anything at all. And it comes down to the stuff that I'm eating and how often I am eating. The stuff that I am eating, most of the time, pretty healthy, veg, chicken, potatoes, all this good stuff, right? But then there's days when I'm really busy and I don't have the energy to, just cook this massive meal and get it in. So I just pick some sweets up, or, I try and get them calories in a quick way. I'm choosing the easy option. And this will probably come up in your situation. And because of this, because our gut and our mind is connected, because I'm choosing then that sugary sweets, the processed food, because I'm ordering this processed food, because I'm going out to restaurants and, eating this processed food, the more processed food anyway, the food that I'm consuming has got more sugar in it. It's affecting my way of thinking. I've adapted that old ways of thinking that my younger self used to think, doubting myself, not feeling confident, these negative ways of thinking. And that is making it hard for me to stick to these good habits of mine. As well as that, the second point I want to make is because my window's increased and the amount of times that I'm eating, my body is constantly processing food. Because, it's hard to get 3,200 calories in one meal. It's going to be like a lot of cooking. It's going to be, your belly's going to be full. I don't even think you can possibly get that in one meal, 3,200. You probably can if you're, eating junk food. But when we're eating more healthy foods, we're going to have to space it out because of just like the amount of volume we're having throughout the day. Because when it's healthier, we have to eat a lot more volume to get them calories in. So you can't in one meal just have that massive pig out and get that 3,200 calories in, or whatever you may be, 3,500, 3,000, whatever your bulk is. You won't be able to get them calories in. So because my body's constantly processing food throughout the day, it's zapping my energy, because the process of, the body has to go through while we're processing this food, the digestion system going into the intestines and all this sort of stuff. It's taking a lot of energy to constantly do that throughout the day. And if you know about like fasting and intermittent fasting, you will know when you are fasted, when you're in this intermittent fasted state, your mind is clear, you're more focused, it's easy to meditate, because your mind's a lot more clear. It's easier to focus, it's easier to read, easier to take stuff in. But as soon as we eat, it affects our ways of thinking, and like I said, the gut and the brain's connected. So I think these two things are coming together, and it's making it hard for me to stay consistent with my good habits, stay positive and think clearly. And right now I want to go until probably the end of December, maybe like a week before the new year, and then start my cut then. So I've got 2 months more of this uncomfortable, struggling with my mental health, struggling to stay consistent. I just wanted to make you aware of the things that could possibly come up during your bulk, because I actually enjoy cutting, because like a month, 2 months ago, that was when I was cutting. That was when I was the most focused. That was when my mental health was the best. That's when I was the most consistent with journaling, meditating, walking, all this sort of stuff. My body wasn't constantly processing food. My mind was a lot more clearer because I was intermittent fasting. I was not eating for as much. My body wasn't digesting food during the night, so I was getting better sleep. Like, all of these different factors are playing into my mind, my ways of thinking and all that. And I feel like because of this bulk, because I'm eating so much, I feel like I'm back in my younger self. I feel like I'm my younger self again in some ways, in my ways of thinking. I'm a lot more negative. I'm judging people a lot more. The ego's coming out a lot more, because I've adapted that old ways of thinking, because that the process of eating all this food is bringing back, like, I don't know, maybe it's like triggering something in me to start thinking like that again. Because back then, I was eating loads of shit, eating mayonnaise all the time, eating all this junk food, and when I'm eating this sugar, this junk food, whatever, it's maybe like triggering something inside me to start thinking like that and start acting how I used to act. So yeah, like, it's took me so long to get away from that thinking, and like I said, I was in the best place like a month or two ago when I was cutting. That was the best possible state I was in mentally and physically. And you can see it when someone's mental health is really good. You can see it in their physical health. Usually someone who's physically good looking will have quite a good mental health, because it takes a lot to get to like a really lean state. So yeah, it's right now it's very uncomfortable, and I've asked for this. I've asked for more discomfort in my life so I can learn from it, because we know discomfort brings growth, and I want to grow. I want to put myself through discomfort so I can grow. So I will stay consistent with this bulk. I will keep going for another 2 months, and yeah, put myself through that uncomfortable situation, my mind wandering, try and stay consistent with this stuff. But I think this is the very start of me working and getting deeper into it, so I can give that information to you, so I can help you on your journey. Yeah. This is the start of being very uncomfortable, I think. Yeah, I hope that helps, boys. If anything, if you're ever struggling with anything, join my Discord, drop me a message, drop a comment, like the video, it helps me out, subscribe. Yeah. Love you, boys. See you later.